What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can see in the background, I'm doing a game. If you notice, I'm using another recording software to record this gameplay. Um, I just thought of it it'd be a good idea to do this. Um, I'm probably gonna work out the kinks with that. Um, but this is Uno. I just thought Uno would be a good game to play. To be perfectly honest, um, you know, I just didn't do no videos because, as I said, nothing to do on Dokkan. As of late, Legends 2. So I found this game and I was loving it. I love Uno, but it's one of those games that are really infuriating. I'm probably gonna upload this to my other channel, and it's gonna show through that. That's my other channel though. I don't show that kind of, outburst, but I was some of these matches. I'm like, this makes no sense. But someone I'm like, I understand some of it. But just talking about right now. I just want to talk about 2019 and the game, or should I just say games, and just Dragon Ball itself. Dragon Ball did really good in 2019. If I'm correct, it the original, not original, but Dragon Ball Super ended about 2 to 1 year ago. I'm not really sure. I know it ended around, like Marches to April-ish, the ending episodes. Or I think it ended in the middle of the month, middle of the year. So we were waiting on that. And that was pretty good. All those, 2018, 2019, it was good for Dragon Ball Super. It was really hype. Everything was good. And then it went off. It was waiting and waiting. And then Dokkan Battle was just quenching our thirst for some Dragon Ball, like stuff. Because really, if you think about it, it's been they've been holding off on Dragon Ball Super stuff. If you notice, in the manga, they are all the way. They have been chapters after chapters. They long left us after the Tournament of Power. So we have ideas for the new series, or should I say the new Dragon Ball Super coming out, or some people call it Dragon Ball Ultra, which I wouldn't mind that name, but I don't know if they would call it that. But I just think we should just get on with it. There's some problems in the anime voice acting world right now. Change from Vic, which I have to say is probably the best Broly, but can't do nothing now. But I don't mind Young Bosch. He's really good. He's grown up. It's not as good as Broly's voice, but you can't really mimic somebody who literally had the voice for years and years, and also has a pretty much a deeper voice, because the only roles I've heard him is Ichigo, and Ichigo is probably, I think, his deepest role, if I'm correct. And that wasn't really that deep. But Broly is literally just destroying your voice the whole time. At least the original one. In Dragon Ball Z, definitely. But Dragon Ball Super, he was destroying his voice, but not as much. He made it a little more calmer, but he still was he still was hurting his vocal cords. But other than that, just the games and all Dragon Ball there just started evolving really at decades and decades of, oh yeah, it just ad just pops up. Don't worry about the ads. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you get this ad. It's just the game likes to put ads in my face. But I just you see, if you start off 2000s and then you come to 2019, it's just a big difference of games. The Raging Blast series, um, you know, was a little jump off from what we have now, and the Budokai Ultimate Taiichi um, games, which I like to say probably my best one. It wasn't good. People don't like it as much, but I love the theme songs in there are so memorable by me. Um, but they do have homage to it because Xenoverse came out um, a while later with the PlayStation 4. Um, you know, being the top PlayStation 4 and Xbox being we need a new after Battle of Gods on the Kinect. Oof. Yeah, there were some hard times for Dragon Ball. There were some hard times, but then Xenoverse came out, and then Xenoverse 2 came out. Just great games of itself, and then Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. Just Dragon Ball FighterZ is probably one of the best games to come out for Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball, if you want to be perfectly honest, a lot of people know it, but they don't know the characters, know the storyline, and it's just like Pokemon. Like everybody calls like, oh, isn't that Pikachu? It could be like a Rowlet or some other Pokemon, and you're like, no. Which I don't mind those, people doing that. It's just they don't know. So Dragon Ball FighterZ was a game that's Dragon Ball but tweaked. So it's like you don't have to know these characters to play with these characters. They're just dramatically just cool visuals and just fighting, and you can be competitive. Like Xenoverse, you can get competitive, like because they had multiple tournaments for Xenoverse. But Dragon Ball FighterZ was that game where it was like, this is an official fighting game. This is an official fighting game. It's been at Evo. I remember one time, like I think Dragon Ball FighterZ had one of the most like biggest crowds for an anime game, anime fighting game, and I was just hyped for that. Street Fighter is up there too, but just Dragon Ball Fighter was a good thing to happen. But just essentially, just stop rambling on. But Dragon Ball was just good this year. My 2019 for Dragon Ball, or just my 2019 essentially, or just this decade. Just starting off with 2009, it was good and bad, you had your ups and downs, but I just felt that this like decade just showed how we can evolve with gaming, but I didn't really see, just going off of just, we're not talking about Dragon Ball right now, just going based on the creations that's happened, like Oculus Rift, that started out like really, it just opened people's eyes, and they really haven't done anything with it. I know the new one that came out not too long ago, people were at ads all the way up for that thing, but I just don't see anything different or new with that kind of stuff. And my way of thinking is like, I wish there was some like breakthrough, like the iPhone. That's a breakthrough of itself. Like Android, I like Android, but Android just saw iPhone and was like, yeah, that's pretty good. And I just want a breakthrough like that, because that'd be kind of cool just to see how technology can, because technology already is becoming greater. Because even as a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet, I guess they calling it, or whatever they call the new Xbox, and the Switch are just phenomenal, just great consoles, and just graphic wise just stun all of us each and every year. Even if it's a remake, it's just stunning how they can turn these games into these beautiful masterpieces that live on and make people have like Undertale, the most not basic but just stylized and old time kind of style of gaming, made it such a fan base. Just imagine somebody getting this like a newer game and having a fan base based on it, like Dragon Ball Fighters. People love Dragon Ball Fighters even over some other games because it's actually a game that's not, you know, based on you have to know these characters. It's just a pure fighting game. Even people who don't like anime or don't think about anime like Dragon Ball Fighters. But other than that, you know, this is just a video just talking about, you know, just Dragon Ball. And 2019 was, for me, I say it was a good year. In the decade, I say, you know, of course, ups and downs, but 2019 was pretty good. Dokkan Battle, I hope they do something, you know, cool this year. And I hope, you know, Global gets something to, you know, rile them down, because global players are the most toxic people. Just sadly. I don't know why it's always, you know, global people who are so toxic. You know, JP players I know can get toxic. That's everybody can get toxic. Every community. Have you seen the Smash community? Smash Brothers community is very toxic. But you know, I just like where we're going. And you know, and for Uno, if you see on the screen, I'm gonna do more of Uno. To be perfectly honest, just Uno is really a good game. Even if you see I get destroyed in some of this, I don't mind it. You know, some games I get destroyed more than others. But you know, just this is, you know, it's lit a flame in me where Monopoly does the same. Where Monopoly, you know, you get destroyed. Uno is the same way. But other than that, that was much of the video. Like, subscribe if you kind of like this kind of stuff, and put in the comment section what you like from 2019 and your resolutions from 2019 or 2020 to happen. But other than that, I'll see y'all guys later.